this spring feel for you compared to last year? So now that you've had a year of starting under your belt, how different does it feel this go around?
Well, I wasn't in spring last year. I had shoulder surgery, so just being able to participate is like a lot different than just being on the sideline watching.
So if you so you did your players lounge interview and you said you gained 10 or 15 pounds. You still got those 10 or 15 pounds, and how does it feel playing heavier if so?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, I haven't lost a step in speed, so it feels good.
What was the just bringing more punch, or was it like something you needed to do, or what was the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, it was just something I needed to do because I had lost some weight over the season and it got kind of low. So just getting that back up, I feel good now.
The fact that you're able to participate in spring this year, how much do you think that's going to help you this coming up fall, and what are you, I guess, specifically trying to get better at this spring?
I think it's going to help a lot because, you know, you only really get better getting reps and experience, you know, more experience in practice. So just getting those more reps, you know, extra reps, and the scrimmages we're about to have, you know, so I feel like it's going to help a lot.
What are your early impressions of Raylan when he's been in the game?
Raylan and CJ, really all the freshmen, really, they're all just like a really athletic group. So just the hard workers, strong, fast, just really everything you want in a linebacker.
Given how much you played last year and the fact that Tresman's gone as well, you're one of the older guys in the room. How does that feel any different to you?
Well, I mean, it feels different just like being an older guy in the room, I guess, because like it feels like I was just a freshman coming in, like learning it. So I wouldn't really say too different, but I don't know. It's kind of like weird a little bit.
In terms of actions that you take as an older guy that you might not have when you were younger, what does that look like?
Probably just helping the younger guys learn, you know, being able to talk to them, working through their mistakes and stuff like that, just being able to help them.
There hasn't been a three-peat since the 1930s. Does that surprise you, and is that, I don't know, realistic, or is that something we should be, you know, expecting of George? I don't want to disrespect you guys again, but what are your thoughts on the whole three-peat and the fact it hasn't been done almost 100 years?
I mean, it's really hard to win one championship, much less three in a row. So it's I wouldn't really say surprising, but I mean, of course that's the goal, but you know it takes steps to get there. So you know you can't really like jump all the way to next January when we're right here in March. So you know just got to keep working on where we're at right now, be where our feet are.
Do you ever just look around at guys like yourself and Jamon and the freshmen and just think how crazy it is that there's that much athleticism all stacked up in that one inside linebacker room?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, even when I had first came in here, like I feel like that the linebacker room always really been athletic with Quaid, Channon, and a lot of them guys that was here when I first got here versus now with me, Pop, Raylan, Sori, all them. So I feel like we always really had an athletic linebacker room.
How important is it to be that athletic at that position in this defense where you're going sideline to sideline, you got to play in space, cover? Just how critical is it to have athletes like that at that position?
Yeah, for sure. Because you kind of said it yourself, we kind of got to do a little bit of everything. So to really have the athleticism, it kind of like just puts us in a better position.
Did you play, I'm guessing you played some offense, and I was going to ask you, if you played offense, what position would you play?
Offense in college?
Yeah, if they moved you off, they said you had moved off.
I don't know, probably like tight end, I think. Try to play tight end and gain some weight play over there.
You mentioned him a minute ago. What have you seen from Story so far this spring?
Sori, I've seen really a lot from Sori, just how athletic he is, you know, how he's really just picking up on things, and just a lot from Sori.
Glenn Schumann interviewed with the Philadelphia Eagles this offseason, obviously, you know, very promising young head coach. As a player, what has impressed you about his ability as a coach and why he's such a coveted name?
Really, like Coach Shu gonna break it down to you, like why he called something, why he did that. So like really just to see like his thought process and a lot of things, like it shows you like how much like knowledge he really has like of the game, and it's kind of just like crazy because he can really teach us anything about like a lot of different positions, not just linebackers. So like just how much knowledge he has about like just the sport of football, like it's really like impressive.
What are your early impressions of the defensive line, just the guys you got coming back this year?
Early impressions. I feel like they're like a really good group, physical, big. You know, they like being around each other. Just you know, real connected group of guys.
There was obviously there's been a lot off the field. How would you say that's affected the team? What's been your takeaway from all the off the field stuff without going too specific?
Affected in what way?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Has there been a change? Have you noted a difference in, you know, with how the team conducts or how the team maybe manages themselves with all the off the field things that transpired?
Of course, with each incident's necessarily kind of different with how it was handled, but as far as like team wide, if there's anything different with that. I wouldn't necessarily say that.
As you see from video that you were there at the scene of the crash pretty quick right after it happened. Is personally, how has that affected you? That what you saw that night, and then going forward, how has it affected you, or has there been any changes as a result, personally?
It kind of just shows you how short life is and how quick things can go from being up high to down low. So really just cherish your moment with your brothers, and then never forget to tell somebody you love them. Even if it sounds corny. It sounds kind of weird, like saying, "All right, bro, love you," but you never know when it's gonna be the last time you talk to somebody. So really just cherish your moments and making memories with your brothers and your friends. Not taking nothing for granted.
I guess, have any of the freshmen so far in practices made any plays that have really, stood out to you? Those freshman linebackers, CJ Raylan and Raylan.
Yeah, for sure. Not necessarily just with CJ and Raylan, but I feel like they're all out there making plays. I feel like that's what spring's for. You're gonna mess up, but really just go out there and just play loose. Just make plays and do what you can.
Of those two freshmen at your position, how valuable do you feel like it is that they are here early and sort of what they can do in learning to get ready for the fall?
I feel like it's really valuable because with me as a freshman coming in, I felt like you kind of get a head start on the playbook going into the summer and going into fall camp. So you're not really gonna be like as confused really, because it's kind of like a practice fall camp really for a lot of the freshmen. So whenever they get there and things really get rolling again, they're gonna kind of really know what's going on, and then they're not gonna be as lost.
What do you remember about you going through that? I mean, was your head spinning for part of that?
Yeah, I was kind of nervous before spring practice my freshman year, just because I was I don't know, I didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, it's been a long time since then.
Getting to play next to Jamon again, what's your excitement level there, and how much do you think the two of y'all still have left to show?
I still feel like we got a lot left to show. We got a lot of room to grow still. We're not really complacent and stuck on last year. We know we still got a lot of room for improvement. So really just working on things like that.
Is there a competition for I wonder, you're the leading returning tackle. You led the team in tackles last year. Do you guys, is there a competition? I know some of it's just where they go because everybody kind of plays their assignment, or is there a little competition for those type of things?
Nah, really it's just like really everybody just trying to go out there and just make plays for the team, not necessarily making plays for themselves or for their own stats. So I didn't even know I had the leading tackle till I think my dad told me sometime later on in the season. So me personally, I don't really keep up with all that, and I don't think a lot of those guys do either.
You talked about wanting to improve and get better. What are some of those areas that you as an individual are trying to focus on and improve?
Me individually, kind of trying to work on my block shedding and working on playing with my hands better. That's one of the main things I've been focusing on.
I'm sure you've matched up with the offensive line at some point. They bring back Cedric Tate, Truss, Amarius is obviously a promising young player. What have you seen from them so far this spring?
They're bringing back a lot of experience, so really just seeing them being able to communicate and move around. I feel really good about the O-line.
Going back to the freshmen, I know CJ and Raylan are on campus, but are you doing anything to keep in contact with Troy right now since he's not here?
I talked to Troy, and whenever he was coming up here for his vids and stuff like that, so we got a relationship built. And then he was up here. I forgot when the last time it was, and then I got time to just wrap it up with him. So it's been good talking to him.
All right. Anything else? All right.
Thanks, man.